WRFM News for our sponsor, Cartier Jewellery, Toronto Town Square and the Esplanade, Warners Bay.
It's 2 o'clock. Good afternoon. I'm Georgia Lupton with 2NURFM Hunter News. Former Lake Macquarie councillor Paul Scarf has passed away at the weekend following a battle with cancer. The former pastor of the Contemporary Christian Centre at Cardiff served 2 terms on the council from 2004 to 2012 and contested the state seat of Charlestown as an independent in 2007. Lake Macquarie Deputy Mayor Wendy Harrison says Paul Scarf was a champion for the community and also served as a president of the Cardiff Chamber of Commerce.
Paul was an extremely nice man. He was a gentleman and always easy to work with, always willing to talk things over and interested to participate in what was happening.
Lake Macquarie residents have called for a council clean-up to clean up toxic waste exposed by April storms. That byproduct from Pasminco smelter in Boolaroo is washing into the lake, causing great concern for the health of residents. Lake Macquarie MP Greg Piper says that while much of the region is affected by the waste, it is not an immediate problem.
It is to be found in many locations where it was used for fill, for levelling fields, and certainly for drainage to assist bedding in pipe. So it is quite extensive around the area. In many situations, it perhaps is not a significant immediate problem.
Baird's Hunter pre-election promises will be the focus tomorrow as the New South Wales budget is released. Claims the Hunter is losing out for infrastructure projects in Sydney has sparked a push for the Baird government to deliver on promised funding to the Hunter. These works include the final stage of the inner city bypass behind the John Hunter Hospital, the M1 to Raymond Terrace connection, and the work on the bypass for Singleton and Muswellbrook. Shadow Minister for the Hunter, Jody Harrison, says the government's infrastructure spending comes at a cost of ongoing services in the region.
We are seeing long waiting lists in the emergency departments of our hospitals. We have seen over the past 4 years cuts to support services in our schools for those kids who really need support. And we've certainly seen more than 2,000 jobs lost in the TAFE system across this state.
Former NRL player Michael Salafia has failed in his attempt to appeal a jail sentence for manufacturing ice in the Hunter Valley. Police began monitoring a syndicate involving Salafia in 2011, which planned to manufacture ice from a rural property at Putty, south of Singleton. Salafia's role within the syndicate was to source large amounts of pseudoephedrine. He was jailed for 3 years and 6 months after he pleaded guilty. He will be eligible for release in April next year. Newcastle Airport has made the shortlist for a share in the $95 million Tourism Infrastructure Fund. The airport's application will move on to the next stage of the program and, if successful, will help to improve local tourism and defence industries. Aviation Business Development Manager David Nye says they will know the final result by the end of the year.
The full application has to be in by the end of August, and it appears that there have been 24 airports in total that have been invited to proceed to that stage. So I would say that taking into consideration reviewing those projects, hopefully sometime before the end of the calendar year would be when we're notified whether we have been successful in obtaining the funding.
Essential maintenance is set to be carried out on the southbound Hexham Bridge this week. Changed traffic conditions will be in place for the 2 nights of Monday the 22nd and Tuesday the 23rd of June. The work will occur from 8 p.m. until 4:30 a.m. with diversions in place for all forms of transport. In finance, the All Ords is down 12 points at 55.79 and $1 is buying 77.7 US cents.
Sport for our sponsor, NewcastleCheapestCars.com.au.
Newcastle's loss to Cronulla could continue to hurt the Knights as they try to snap a 4-game losing streak with 2 key forwards on report. Cade Snowden and Tariq Sims were both cited for high tackles and will face the judiciary this week. Coach Rick Stone was critical of refereeing decisions as another high shot late in the game didn't earn the Knights a penalty which could have tied the scores.
I was a bit disappointed with the Snowy one, to be honest, mate. You know, there's a good tough footy tackle. I understand he's made some contact with the shoulder and the refs, and therein lies the inconsistencies of the refereeing.
Broadmeadow and Edgeworth will be taking on football clubs from the rest of the country in the FFA Cup after picking up wins over the weekend. The Magic put 13 goals past West Wallsend, while Edgeworth went home 3-0 winners over Adamstown. And the Newcastle North Stars now sit just one win behind the Perth Thunder, with a game in hand in the Australian Ice Hockey League after beating Melbourne 8-4 and the Sydney Ice Dogs 5-2 over the weekend. That's sport. I'm Annabelle Regan.
2NURFM news time is 2:05.